What is up, everybody? Trying to keep some momentum going, trying to keep pumping out some videos, so I'm back with another rod review. Today, keep looking at it, I keep looking at it. What is it? What is it? We're talking about you've already seen it in the title, Duckett Silverado. Alright, so I did a review of my St. Croix Bass X a while back. Now, I've been rocking that rod for a frog rod and a flipping and pitching rod for quite a while, and it was doing really well for me. I really liked it a lot. Please don't get me wrong, but it broke. It broke, I'll show you on this one, somewhere along right in here, like down the length of the blank. Don't know if it was something that I did that weakened it and somehow it happened you know, while I was fishing or what. I just noticed it. Actually, my line went through crack in it, so my line went through the crack and got stuck. And I picked this up to replace it. I thought about just getting another Bass X, but Duckett's a brand that I really wanted to try out for a while, so I figured I'd give them a shot, and I've been rocking this rod for a little while now, and I really love it for a frog rod. This is a 7.3 heavy. You'll notice that I have like one rod out of a series from a whole different bunch of rods. I kind of do that a lot. I don't really match things up too terribly much, so this is the only rod I have in this series, but it's a 7.3 heavy. Duckett does not give line or lure ratings on their rods, so don't expect to be getting that. If you've been around, if you've been fishing for a while, you're going to kind of know when you pick one of these up what you're going to want to do with it. As soon as I touched this, I knew this would make a pretty good frog rod. It's got a nice soft tip. It's a soft tip, but it feels a little more parabolic, which you'll notice when I cut to this video of me actually using it. That's a good one. Hopefully it don't come off. Don't want to stick myself. Yes. Cool. Flipping that fish up into the boat, a little more bend down in the blank, which I don't mind so much. It's a little bit better sometimes with a frog rod to have that little extra give, because you put a big hole in their mouth when you jack that hook on heavy braid, and sometimes you don't get them into the boat because they jump and it pops out. But I think that little bit of extra give to the meat of the blank of the rod is going to give me some leeway when landing those frogfish. So a couple of things to talk about. First of all, I thought when I saw it that it had one-piece guides, and that made me really freaking happy. They're not one-piece guides. You can barely see. I'm going to cut to some close-up footage here. They actually do have an insert. It's like barely noticeable, but the insert almost wraps around the entire frame of the guide, so I don't see those popping out. They have a different epoxy that they're using now apparently on these rods that is supposed to be better and supposed to help prevent guide failure. So between that, the blank, which is again really strong, really sensitive, light blank, and on top of it, it also has this extra carbon fiber wrap in the grip section and the rod seat area to kind of protect it. I'll cut up to some close-up of that too. And I mean, overall for the price point, this is a $100 rod. It's a $100 rod. Really great features. The other thing that I want to talk about too is the reel seat. Now, the reel seat is what they call a true split reel seat. So it actually, and I'll cut to some close-up of this. You're noticing a trend here, right? So I'm gonna show you the reel seat actually elevates the reel above the blank, so you get as much sensitivity as you possibly can, which, I mean, I'm using this for a frog rod, so it's not like I really need that. I'm not trying to feel for bites, but if you were pitching and flipping with this thing, which I did do a couple of times. I don't think I actually caught any fish while I was doing it though, so didn't really get to check that out too much. But if you were pitching and flipping with this thing, I could see it being super sensitive. The other thing that I could see using this for is something that we do a lot down in here in Florida, where you buzz a swim bait over the grass, like in the Kissimmee grass and stuff like that. When you take a swim bait, you either weightless or you put a little small weight on the front end, a little bullet weight, and you cast it out and you just buzz it over the top of the grass. This would be excellent for that. Pair that up with like 50-pound braid, even 65, which is what I'm running on it now. I've got this paired up with a 7/2-to-1 Shimano Casitas, which I don't even know if they make anymore. 65-pound braid, and it's pretty much always got a frog on it, because frog is one of those things that I always like to have tied on down here. So for 99 bucks, this is an excellent rod. I haven't been using it a long time yet, so we haven't put it up to the real durability test, but it feels solid. It feels like a nice, solid heavy-duty blank that I think is going to probably hold up pretty well. So yeah, if you got any questions, or actually, you know what, if you can tell me, they claim that something that they do helps to make the rod stronger and more sensitive, I believe, on their website. It's called halo sanding. If anybody knows what that is, drop that down in the comments, because I don't know, so I wasn't really going to talk about it. But yeah, $99 rod. I think it would be a great frog rod, good swim bait rod, pitching and flipping. And when I say swim baits, I don't mean big, giant swim baits. I mean like, paddle tails, like gambler paddle tails mostly for me down here, but I'm trying to shoot a video here, man. So yeah, $99, Duckett Silverado, 7.3 heavy. Check it out.